doer. See, I'm a doer. I do things. Talk a little bit. The most I talk, for real, if you really know me, the most I talk is when I get on air with you guys. That's the most I talk, really. Most of the time I'm working. I'm an introvert by nature, unless something has been discussed passionately. What's up, Bantrice? I'm pulling up on you, Bantrice. Today, I'm pulling up on you, for real. You know what I'm talking about, so holler at me. What's up, Bantrice? I went to college with Bantrice. Midland Lutheran College, Fremont, Nebraska. Again, today is Black Friday. We want you guys to be intentional on doing business with a Black business. Our goal is to increase commerce, and our ultimate goal is to put responsibility on Black people to support Black people. That's our greatest detriment right there, that we don't support each other. Even our own family members sometimes don't want to support our endeavors. That's the way it is. You have to persevere over that. You can't get mad because they don't want to support you. But the best way to garner support is that you keep doing what you're doing. Keep trucking. Oh, yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Once it start gaining traction, attention, success, then they will come aboard. So you'll get some people that you don't know on the early stages, and then vice versa on the back end as you grow. You'll get some people that you know and some people that you didn't know. So you can't hold anything personal. You got to focus on your mission. People get mad and discouraged when they have a great idea or they need money or whatever to invest. No. You have to get it done. You have to persevere, or you have to be patient until the opportunity comes. And when that opportunity comes, you need to be ready. You need to be ready. So it's Black Friday. We want you guys to be intentional, and ultimately, Black folk, if we don't start supporting each other, we are going to perish as we currently are. We see all of the disparities from everything. You see all the disparities from health to criminal justice. So we got a caller coming in. Hey, how you doing, bro? All right. Omaha, Nebraska, the burbs, the bluffs. We have our caller, Phil Rooney, from the Douglas County Health Department, is going to give us an update on what's happening here in the metro in regards to the vaccine and as well as the testing. So how you things going, Phil?
Oh, it's been an exciting week. A lot of things happening, a lot of good changes in the works, and so I'm anxious to share that with your audience.
All right. Give us an update.
Well, the big change is beginning today, people 65 plus can start registering for appointments online with us. So that is a major step forward. And tomorrow's clinic at Creighton University's Rasmussen Center, it's been expanded from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. instead of 9 to 5 or 9 to 4 like it was before.
Man.
So we're looking to do more than 4,000 doses there. And yes, if you are 65 and up, you can go online today and register for that clinic.
All right. And that's at Creighton University?
Yeah, Creighton University, the Rasmussen Center. It's just north of the soccer field down there.
Okay.
Morrison Soccer Stadium.
Okay, so it's right here in the community. So it's on the bus line too, because it's you're talking about Cumming Street.
Yeah, it's not far from, not just a little bit east of, just a little bit get my directions.
Yeah, south
A
of
little bit
Cummings.
south of Cummings Street,
Yep.
but yeah, it's pretty easily accessible if you have to drive there. They have golf carts. They have people, if you have to park away, golf carts to get people there. They have folks to escort you inside. And it's a really exciting thing there. Creighton's been a wonderful partner. And this is, we're getting this thing expanded and getting more vaccine given out.
Great. Now, 9 to 9. The previous, you said they gave out 4,000 doses a day.
We're looking to get 4,000 tomorrow.
All 4,000 tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone way past. Right now, we have 104,000 doses have been given out in Douglas County. 70,300 plus our first doses. We have 33,700 people who have their second vaccine dose. So that is certainly heading in the right direction, and the pace seems to be accelerating.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a clinic today at the Kroc Center. We're still a few minutes before 8 o'clock, so if a person were to go online, you could still probably get a vaccination today at the Kroc Center in South Omaha. That's 28th and Y, I believe.
Okay.
But those the appointments there will close at 8 o'clock, so they can, basically so they can get the information to the folks running the clinic, and everybody, they know who's supposed to come in for an appointment and who's not.
Okay. You do about 8 o'clock the previous day for the next day. So if they call in a day,
in 15 minutes.
Oh, so 8 o'clock in the morning. So they need to call now.
Yep.
What's that number?
That is, go to DouglasCountyHealth.com, click on the yellow box that says COVID-19 vaccination info, and go from there.
Great.
Yeah, we have had almost 700,000 tests given out, and we have almost 63,000 positive cases. 52,000 plus have recovered. We have 649 deaths in the county. But definitely, one concern is there are not as many people getting tested, so the number of tests is going down. So, of course, the number of positive cases is going down. But so is the positivity rate. So a lot of good things happening at the moment.
Okay. Well, I believe the weather was a factor, especially these last 2 weeks. I bet you.
Yeah, I had difficulty imagining anybody going out to get tested on Tuesday. Well, a lot of testing sites were closed because of the weather.
Right. And even the last couple of weeks with all the snow and if we're targeting our older populations, that's just not good for them to be walking around on ice and snow. So hopefully, it'll increase next week as the temperature rises.
Yeah, and I want to caution people about having fatigue. Everybody's pretty tired of this thing. So, but this is not the time to give up. There's an awful lot of good signs out there. So, if you, if you've been exposed to someone, that you're going to be going to see somebody who might be particularly vulnerable to the disease, please get tested. We need to keep testing people and finding people who are sick, but there's a lot of good stuff going on at the moment. And we certainly don't want to stop that momentum because people get lax, get casual, stop with the good habits that have kept them safe to this point. So please, practice your hand washing, social distancing, keep wearing that mask. Even if you've been vaccinated, it's possible that you may be able to carry the disease, not get sick and share it. So that's, that remains a concern. And hopefully, we're not that far away from return to normal. But we have to finish this thing strong.
Okay. Now, once you get the vaccine, does it protect you from getting it again, or what's the, or does it decrease the level of sickness that might occur?
Well, we expect it'll protect you. It'll protect you from getting the disease, but it isn't 100% effective. So it may end up effectively reducing the severity of the disease.
Okay.
But so that's the big thing. And remember, we've had lab tests. But we've only had, what do we got now? Like 9 weeks of it being out in people's arms. So there still is a lot to be learned in the long term regarding what it'll do for you.
Okay. Omaha, the birds are blessed. We are communicating with Phil Rooney, representative of the Douglas County Health Department. Brother Phil, how are schools doing?
The school numbers looked pretty good, actually, and we did announce this week that we will begin vaccinating teachers We're going to start vaccinating educators focusing on K to 12 because those are the ones who have the greatest exposure.
Mhm.
The superintendents are going to be prioritizing their employees based on age and possible underlying conditions. So the teachers will want to get that information. Will be getting that information from their administration, as I understand it.
Okay. Cool. Nursing homes. How have the numbers been? Have they been dropping in regards to the death? Because I know we indicated last week that 82% of all death are people over 65?
Well, 65 and over. So a lot of those folks would not be in nursing homes, but and it's like 90-some% of the deaths are people 50 and over. So a lot of those aren't folks in nursing homes. I don't think I have a breakdown on. Let me see if I have a breakdown here. I'm looking at our dashboard. There is a breakdown on folks from.
But as far as flashpoints and hot points, that has kind of.
That's been addressed pretty well, and it continues to be addressed. There's some through the pharmacy program.
Mm-hmm.
Some of other partners getting vaccine out to those individuals who live there, the people that work there.
Okay.
And I have heard talk to some friends who say that they have actually been able to visit elderly folks in nursing homes, or those times are getting very close. So heading that way, it's everything moving in the right direction.
Great. Anything else that we need to be doing?
No, but I would certainly encourage anyone 65 or older to go online and get registered to get your vaccination. Now, I do want to make it clear, you can get registered today. You can start registering and set your appointment today. Tomorrow at Creighton is probably the first place you'll be able to get in, but a lot of our clinic locations are booked up into March.
Oh, really? Into March? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's if you get on, and there's no rush. If you get on today, I mean, Creighton is probably the place you'll be able to get into this weekend. But the opportunities are certainly there. They're expanding. We'll be announcing some new locations before too long. And it's we're not done. The numbers are down, but they're still like they're still like September level numbers.
Okay.
So it's a little over 100 people hospitalized with COVID, but about 1 in 5 of those is in the ICU or are on a ventilator. So people are still getting very sick from it. We're still losing people, and it's still a serious situation. It is not certainly like it was in late November or December, however. So, and people are doing a lot of good things, and we're very hopeful of getting through this before too long.
Right. All right. Omaha,
all right. Thank you for the opportunity. Always good to talk to you, sir.
No problem. Appreciate you. Man, stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. I know it's going to be a lot warmer. It's going to be a lot warmer without a doubt. So I'm looking forward to 30-degree weather.
Yes. And as you get out, remember to do the things that keep you from getting sick and keep others from becoming sick.
Without a doubt. All right, brother Phil. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care, my friend.
Have a great day. All right, Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs. That was Phil Rooney, representative from Douglas County Health Department, giving us an update on the status of the corona vaccine rollout, as well as testing. 65 and up are eligible to get the vaccine. Make sure you go to Douglas County website, get signed up. Creighton University is one of the official sites. They're going to be extending their hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. They want to give out at least 4,000 doses tomorrow. So make sure you go online to Douglas County website. If you need a number, call 402-444-3400. Again, that number is 402-444-3400. All right. Give them a call, get signed up if you are 65 and up, without a doubt. Today, we are going to play a speech from Malcolm X. Malcolm X was born here And we want to highlight his contribution to the struggle. All right. And for those that have never heard Malcolm speak, this would be a great opportunity to get some knowledge on our brother. All right. So check this one out. Check this one out. This one is called The Ballot or the Bullet. It was delivered April 12th, 1964. I was not born yet. So this is 56 years ago. I just want to see if it's relevant. Are the things that Malcolm said in the past, are they relevant in 2021? Are they still true in 2021? And if they are true 56 years later, if nothing has changed in 56 years, if things are the same from 63 years ago, 1964 to 2021, then we seriously have to be truthful with self. We have to be truthful with self. We have to make a different direction in leadership. Do we want the same 56 years of complacency, or do we want change? Of prosperity for all. The rich got richer last year. Millionaires and billionaires, they made bank. Poor people got, middle class people got poorer. These are just the facts. And if you middle class, or they say low class or poor class, wherever the class they try to label people, usually the upper class label people the bourgeois. And so if Malcolm's speech is relevant to today, if things have not changed, then we have to make a change in leadership. I'm running for mayor of Omaha. My name is William King. I'm from, North Omaha, proud, graduate of Bryan High in South Omaha, graduate of Midland Lutheran College in Fremont, Nebraska, owner of 95.7 The Boss, and owner of Media King Communication Company that's providing internet service on a native reservation. Check this speech out. This is called The Ballot or the Bullet, a speech by Malcolm X.
Brothers and sisters, and friends, and I see some enemies. In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present. This afternoon, we want to talk about the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet explains itself. But before we get into it, since this is the year of the ballot or the bullet, I would like to clarify some things that refer to me personally concerning my own personal position. I'm still a Muslim. That is, my religion is still Islam. religion is still Islam. I still credit Mr. Muhammad for what I know and what I am. He's the one who opened my eyes. And at present, I'm the minister of the newly founded Muslim Mosque Incorporated, which has its offices in the Teresa Hotel right in the heart of Harlem. That's the Black Belt in New York City. And when we realize that Adam Clayton Powell is a Christian minister, he has the Abyssinia Baptist Church, but at the same time, he's more famous for his political struggling. And Dr. King is a Christian minister from Atlanta, Georgia, but he's become more famous for being involved in the civil rights struggle. There's another in New York, Reverend Galamison. I don't know if you've heard of him out here. He's a Christian minister from Brooklyn, but has become famous for his fight against the segregated school system in Brooklyn. Reverend Cleage, right here, is a Christian minister here in Detroit. He's the head of the Freedom Now Party. All of these are Christian ministers. All of these are Christian ministers, but they don't come to us as Christian ministers. They come to us as fighters in some other category. I'm a Muslim minister. The same as they are Christian ministers, I'm a Muslim minister. And I don't believe in fighting today in any one front, but on all fronts. In fact, I'm a black nationalist freedom fighter. Islam is my religion, but I believe my religion is my personal business. It governs my personal life, my personal morals. And my religious philosophy is personal between me and the God in whom I believe, just as the religious philosophy of these others is between them and the God in whom they believe. And this is best this way. Were we to come out here discussing religion, we'd have too many differences from the outstart, and we could never get together. So today, though Islam is my religious philosophy, my political, economic, and social philosophy is black nationalism. You and I, as I say, if we bring up religion, we'll have differences, we'll have arguments, we'll never be able to get together. But if we keep our religion at home, keep our religion in the closet, keep our religion between ourselves and our God, but when we come out here, we have a fight that's common to all of us against the enemy who is common to all of us. The political philosophy of black nationalism only means that the black man should control the politics and the politicians in his own community. The time when white people can come in our community and get us to vote for them so that they can be our political leaders and tell us what to do and what not to do is long gone. By the same token, the time when that same white man, knowing that your eyes are too far open, can send another Negro into the community, get you and me to support him so he can use him to lead us astray, those days are long gone. The political philosophy of black nationalism only means that if you and I are going to live in a black community, and that's where we're going to live, because as soon as you move into as soon as you move out of the black community into their community, it's mixed for a period of time, but they are gone, and you're right there all by yourself. We must understand the politics of our community. And we must know what politics is supposed to produce. We must know what part politics play in our lives. And until we become politically mature, we will always be misled, led astray, or deceived or maneuvered into supporting someone politically who doesn't have the good of our community at heart. So the political philosophy of black nationalism only means that we will have to carry on a political program of re-education to open our people's eyes, make us become more politically conscious, politically mature. And then we will, whenever we get ready to cast our ballot, that ballot will be cast for a man of the community who has the good of the community at heart. And the economic philosophy of black nationalism only means that we should own and operate and control the economy of our community. You would never find, you can't open up a black store in a white community. White man won't even patronize you. And he's not wrong. He got sense enough to look out for himself. And you don't have sense enough to look out for yourself. The white man is too intelligent to let someone else come and gain control of the economy of his community. But you will let anybody come in and control the economy of your community, control the housing, control the education, control the jobs, control the businesses under the pretext that you want to integrate. No, you're out of your mind. The economic philosophy of black nationalism only means that we have to become involved in a program of re-education to educate our people into the importance of knowing that when you spend your dollar out of the community in which you live, the community in which you spend your money becomes richer and richer. The community out of which you take your money becomes poorer and poorer. And because these Negroes who have been misled and misguided are breaking their necks to take their money and spend it with the man. The man is becoming richer and richer, and you're becoming poorer and poorer. And then what happens? The community in which you live becomes a slum. It becomes a ghetto. The conditions become run down. And then you have the audacity to complain about poor housing in a rundown community. Why, you run it down yourself when you take your dollar out. And you and I are in a double trap, because not only do we lose by taking our money someplace else and spending it, when we try and spend it in our own community, we're trapped because we haven't had sense enough to set up stores and control the businesses of our community. The man who's controlling the stores in our community is a man who doesn't look like we do. He's a man who doesn't even live in the community. So you and I, even when we try and spend our money in the block where we live or the area where we live, we're spending it with a man who, when the sun goes down, takes that basket full of money in another part of the town. So we're trapped, double trapped, triple trapped. Anywhere we go, we find that we're trapped. And every kind of solution that someone comes up with is just another trap. But the political and economic philosophy of black nationalism, the economic philosophy of black nationalism shows our people the importance of setting up these little stores and developing them and expanding them into larger operations. Woolworth didn't start out big like they are today. They started out with a dime store and expanded and expanded and expanded until today they're all over the country and all over the world, and they're getting some of everybody's money. Now, this is what you and I in General Motors, the same way, didn't start out like it is. It started out just a little rat race type operation, and it expanded and expanded until today it's where it is right now. And you and I have to make a start. And the best place to start is right in the community where we live. So our people not only have to be re-educated to the importance of supporting black business, but the black man himself has to be made aware of the importance of going into business. And once you and I go into business, we own and operate at least the businesses in our community. What we will be doing is developing a situation wherein we will actually be able to create employment for the people in the community. And once you can create some employment in the community where you live, it will eliminate the necessity of you and me having to act ignorantly and disgracefully boycotting and picketing some cracker someplace else, trying to beg him for a job. Anytime you have to rely upon your enemy for a job, you're in bad shape. And he is your enemy. Anytime you wouldn't be in this country if some enemy hadn't kidnapped you and brought you here. On the other hand, some of you think you came here on the Mayflower. So as you can see, brothers and sisters, today, this afternoon, it's not our intention to discuss religion. We're going to forget religion. If we bring up religion, we'll be in an argument. And the best way to keep away from arguments and differences, as I said earlier, put your religion at home, in the closet. Keep it between you and your God. Because if it hasn't done anything more for you than it has, you need to forget it anyway. Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or a nationalist, we all have the same problem. They don't hang you because you're a Baptist, they hang you because you're black. They don't attack me because I'm a Muslim, they attack me because I'm black. They attack all of us for the same reason. All of us catch hell from the same enemy. We're all in the same bag, in the same boat. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. All of them from the same enemy. The government has failed us. You can't deny that. Anytime you live in the 20th century, 1964, and you walking around here singing, "We shall overcome," the government has failed. This is part of what's wrong with you. You do too much singing. Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging. You can't sing up on freedom, but you can swing up on some freedom. Cassius Clay can sing, but singing didn't help him to become the heavyweight champion of the world. Swinging helped him become the heavyweight. So this government has failed us. The government itself has failed us. And the white liberals who have been posing as our friends have failed us. And once we see that all these other sources to which we've turned have failed, we stop turning to them and turn to ourselves. We need a self-help program, a do-it-yourself philosophy, a do-it-right-now philosophy. It's already too late philosophy. This is what you and I need to get with. And the only way we're going to solve our problem is with a self-help program. Before we can get a self-help program started, we have to have a self-help philosophy. Black nationalism is a self-help philosophy. What's so good about it, you can stay right in the church where you are and still take black nationalism as your philosophy. You can stay in any kind of civic organization that you belong to and still take black nationalism as your philosophy. You can be an atheist and still take black nationalism as your philosophy. This is a philosophy that eliminates the necessity for division and argument. Because if you're black, you should be thinking black. And if you're black and you're not thinking black at this late date, well, I'm sorry for you. Once you change your philosophy, you change your thought pattern. Once you change your thought pattern, you change your attitude. Once you change your attitude, it changes your behavior pattern. And then you go on into some action. As long as you got a sit-down philosophy, you'll have a sit-down thought pattern. And as long as you think that old sit-down thought, you'll be in some kind of sit-down action. They'll have you sitting in everywhere. It's not so good to refer to what you're going to do as a sit-in. Then right there, castrates you. Right there, it brings you down. What goes with it? Think of the image of someone sitting. An old woman can sit. An old man can sit. A chump can sit. A coward can sit. Anything can sit. Well, you and I have been sitting long enough, and it's time today for us to start doing some standing and some fighting to back that up. When we look at other parts of this earth upon which we live, we find that black, brown, red, and yellow people in Africa and Asia are getting their independence. They're not getting it by singing, "We shall overcome." No, they're getting it through nationalism. It is nationalism that brought about the independence of the people in Asia. Every nation in Asia gained its independence through the philosophy of nationalism. Every nation on the African continent that has gotten its independence brought it about through the philosophy of nationalism. And it will take black nationalism that to bring about the freedom of 22 million Afro-Americans here in this country where we have suffered colonialism for the past 400 years. America is just as much a colonial power as England ever was. America is just as much a colonial power as France ever was. In fact, America is more so a colonial power than they, because she's a hypocritical colonial power behind it. What do you call second-class citizenship? Why, that's colonization. Second-class citizenship is nothing but 20th century slavery. How are you going to tell me you're a second-class citizen? They don't have second-class citizenship in any other government on this earth. They just have slaves and people who are free. Well, this country is a hypocrite. They try and make you think they set you free by calling you a second-class citizen. No, you're nothing but a 20th century slave. Just as it took nationalism to remove colonialism from Asia and Africa, it'll take black nationalism today to remove colonialism from the backs and the minds of 22 million Afro-Americans here in this country. And 1964 looks like it might be the year of the ballot or the bullet. Why does it look like it might be the year of the ballot or the bullet? Because Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long. And they're fed up. They've become disenchanted. They've become disillusioned. They've become dissatisfied. And all of this has built up frustrations in the black community that makes the black community throughout America today more explosive than all of the atomic bombs the Russians can ever invent. Whenever you got a racial powder keg sitting in your lap, you're in more trouble than if you had an atomic powder keg sitting in your lap. When a racial powder keg goes off, it doesn't care who it knocks out the way. Understand this, it's dangerous. And in 1964, this seems to be the year. Because what can the white man use now to fool us? After he put down that march on Washington, and you see all through that now, he tricked you, had you marching down to Washington. Yes, had you marching back and forth between the feet of a dead man named Lincoln and another dead man named George Washington, singing "We Shall Overcome." He made a chump out of you. He made a fool out of you. He made you think you were going somewhere, and you end up going nowhere but between Lincoln and Washington. So today our people are disillusioned. They've become disenchanted. They become dissatisfied. And in their frustrations, they want action. And in 1964, you see this young black man, this new generation, asking for the ballot or the bullet. That old Uncle Tom action is outdated. The young generation don't want to hear anything about the odds are against us. What do we care about odds? When this country here was first being founded, there were 13 colonies. The whites were colonized. They were fed up with this taxation without representation. So some of them stood up and said, liberty or death. Though I went to a white school over here in Mason, Michigan. The white man made the mistake of letting me read his history books. He made the mistake of teaching me that Patrick Henry was a patriot. And George Washington wasn't nothing nonviolent about old Pat or George Washington. Liberty or death was what brought about the freedom of whites in this country from the English. They didn't care about the odds. Why, they faced the wrath of the entire British Empire. And in those days, they used to say that the British Empire was so vast and so powerful when the sun would never set on it. This is how big it was. Yet these 13 little scrawny states, tired of taxation without representation, tired of being exploited and oppressed and degraded, told that big British Empire, liberty or death. And here you have 22 million Afro-Americans, black people today, catching more hell than Patrick Henry ever saw. And I'm here to tell you, in case you don't know it, that you got a new generation of black people in this country who don't care anything whatsoever about odds. They don't want to hear you old Uncle Tom handkerchief heads talking about the odds. No. This is a new generation. If they're going to draft these young black men and send them over to Korea or South Vietnam to face 800 million Chinese, if you're not afraid of those odds, you shouldn't be afraid of these odds. Why does this loom to be such an explosive political year? Because this is the year of politics. This is the year when all of the white politicians are going to come into the Negro community. You never see them until election time. You can't find them until election time. They're going to come in with false promises. And as they make these false promises, they're going to feed our frustrations. And this will only serve to make matters worse. I'm no politician. I'm not even a student of politics. I'm not a Republican, nor a Democrat, nor an American, and got sense enough to know it. I'm one of the 22 million black victims of the Democrats. One of the 22 million black victims of the Republicans, and one of the 22 million black victims of Americanism. And when I speak, I don't speak as a Democrat or a Republican, nor an American. I speak as a victim of America's so-called democracy. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. If you go to jail, so what? If you're black, you were born in jail. If you black, you were born in jail. In the North as well as the South. Stop talking about the South. Long as you south of the Canadian border, you're South. Don't call Governor Wallace a Dixie governor. Romney is a Dixie governor. $22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. They see that the whites are so evenly divided that every time they vote, the race is so close, they have to go back and count the votes all over again. And which means that any block, any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out because you're a chump. A political chump. In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you backed controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race. And what kind of alibi do they come up with? They try and pass the buck to the Dixiecrats. Now, back during the days when you were blind, deaf, and dumb, ignorant, politically immature, naturally you went along with that. But today, as your eyes come open and you develop political maturity, you're able to see and think for yourself. And you can see that a Dixiecrat is nothing but a Democrat in disguise. You look at the structure of the government that controls this country, is controlled by 16 senatorial committees and 20 congressional committees. Of the 16 senatorial committees that run the government, 10 of them are in the hands of Southern segregationists. Of the 20 congressional committees that run the government, 12 of them are in the hands of Southern segregationists. And they're going to tell you and me that the South lost the war. You today are in the hands of a government of segregationists, racists, white supremacists, who belong to the Democratic Party but disguise themselves as Dixiecrats. A Dixiecrat is nothing but a Democrat. Whoever runs the Democrats is also the father of the Dixiecrats. And the father of all of them is sitting in the White House. I say, and I say it again, you got a president who's nothing but a Southern segregationist. From the state of Texas. They'll lynch you in Texas as quick as they'll lynch you in Mississippi. Only in Texas, they lynch you with a Texas accent. In Mississippi, they lynch you with a Mississippi accent. And the first thing the cracker does when he comes in power, he takes all the Negro leaders and invites them for coffee to show that he's all right. And those Uncle Toms can't pass up the coffee. They come away from the coffee table telling you and me that this man is all right because he's from the South. And since he's from the South, he can deal with the South. And look at the logic that they're using. What about Eastland? He's from the South. Make him the president. If Johnson is a good man because he's from Texas, and being from Texas will enable him to deal with the South, Eastland can deal with the South better than Johnson. Oh, I say, you've been misled. You've been had. You've been took. I was in Washington a couple of weeks ago while the senators were filibustering. And I noticed in the back of the Senate a huge map. And on this map, it showed the distribution of Negroes in America. And surprisingly, the same senators that were involved in the filibuster were from the states where there were the most Negroes. Why were they filibustering the civil rights legislation? Because the civil rights legislation is supposed to guarantee voting rights to Negroes in those states. And those senators from those states know that if the Negroes in those states can vote, those senators are down the drain. The representatives of those states go down the drain. And in the Constitution of this country, it has a stipulation wherein whenever the rights, the voting rights of people in a certain district are violated, then the representative who's from that particular district, according to the Constitution, is supposed to be expelled from the Congress. Now, if this particular aspect of the Constitution was enforced, why, you wouldn't have a cracker in Washington, D.C. But what would happen when you expel the Dixiecrat? You're expelling the Democrat. When you destroy the power of the Dixiecrat, you're destroying the power of the Democratic Party. So how in the world can the Democratic Party in the South actually side with you in sincerity when all of its power is based in the South? These Northern Democrats are in cahoots with the Southern Democrats. They're playing a giant con game, a political con game. You know how it goes. One of them comes to you and make believe he's for you. And he's in cahoots with the other one that's not for you. Why? Because neither one of them is for you. But they got to make you go with one of them or the other. So this is a con game. And this is what they've been doing with you and me all these years. First thing Johnson got off the plane when he became president, he asked, "Where's Dickie?" You know who Dickie is? Dickie is old Southern cracker Richard Russell. Look here. Yes. Lyndon B. Johnson's best friend is the one who is ahead, who's heading the forces that are filibustering civil rights legislation. You tell me, how in the hell is he going to be Johnson's best friend? How can Johnson be his friend and your friend too? No, that man is too tricky. Especially if his friend is still old Dickie. Whenever the Negroes keep the Democrats in power, they're keeping the Dixocrats in power. This is true. A vote for a Democrat is nothing but a vote for a Dixocrat. I know you don't like me saying that, but I'm not the kind of person who come here to say what you like. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. Up here in the North, you have the same thing. The Democratic Party don't do it. They don't do it that way. They got a thing that they call gerrymandering. They maneuver you out of power. Even though you can vote, they fix it so you're voting for nobody. They got you going and coming. In the South, they're outright political wolves. In the North, they're political foxes. A fox and a wolf are both canine. Both belong to the dog family. Now, you take your choice. You're going to choose a northern dog or a southern dog. Because either dog you choose, I guarantee you, you'll still be in the doghouse. This is why I say it's the ballot or the bullet. It's liberty or it's death. It's freedom for everybody or freedom for nobody. America today finds herself in a unique situation. Historically, revolutions are bloody. Oh, yes, they are. They have never had a bloodless revolution or a nonviolent revolution. That don't happen even in Hollywood. You don't have a revolution in which you love your enemy. And you don't have a revolution in which you are begging the system of exploitation to integrate you into it. Revolutions overturn systems. Revolutions destroy systems. A revolution is bloody. But America is in a unique position. She's the only country in history in a position actually to become involved in a bloodless revolution. The Russian Revolution was bloody. Chinese Revolution was bloody. French Revolution was bloody. Cuban Revolution was bloody. And there was nothing more than the American Revolution. But today, this country can become involved in a revolution that won't take bloodshed. All to do is give the black man in this country everything that's good. Everything. I hope that the white man can see this. Because if you don't see it, you're finished. If you don't see it, you're going to become involved in some action in which you don't have a chance. We don't care anything about your atomic bomb. It's useless because other countries have atomic bombs. When 2 or 3 different countries have atomic bombs, nobody can use it. So it means that the white man today is without a weapon. If you want some action, you got to come on down to earth. And there's more black people on earth than there are white people on earth. I only got a couple more minutes. The white man can never win another war on the ground. His days of war victory, his days of background victory are over. Can I prove it? Yes. Take all the action that's going on this earth right now that he's involved in. Tell me where he's winning. Nowhere. Why some rice farmers, some rice eaters ran him out of Korea. Yes, they ran him out of Korea.
Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs. That was some history, y'all. That was Malcolm X speech back in 1964. Like I said, I wasn't born yet. I wasn't born until 1965. That speech was April 14th. And so I was born March the 28th. So that's probably about 11 months before I was even born. And so he's talking about the ballot or the bullet. And, you heard his speech. I encourage you to go to YouTube. You can hear his full speech. Probably maybe about 10 more minutes left, but we have our guests in the house. Yeah, it's probably about 9 more minutes left in that speech. We have our guests in the house. And so our guest is creating an event. I call it a love thy neighbor move. Anytime when you create something that's going to give opportunities not only to themselves but others, that's a love thy neighbor move. And that's the kind of move, I'm the greatest dunker without a doubt. I don't, I got stats. I mean, I can prove it, they just wrote about me in the World Herald. Michael Jordan said, Mr. King, you are a leaper. He didn't say that to Spud Webb. He didn't say that to Dominique Wilkins. He said it to William King right here from Omaha, Nebraska, Hilltop Projects. And so a kid that mother couldn't read or write, but she made sure, she made sure her son got that education. And I brags off my stuff without a doubt.
University. Let me show that, brother.
Without a doubt. That's what I do.
You went to Midland University.
See the new? You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Good job,
back then it's called Midland Lutheran College.
That's what's up.
And I got a track scholarship, walked on basketball. I did them up in basketball too. All conference, all district. Yeah, that includes Creighton players and Nebraska players.
Oh,
oh yeah, without a doubt, man. Shit. Hey, I got stats. I got stats, man. I got stats.
I believe it.
I got stats. Hey. I got stats. I don't mind bragging about my basketball skills. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with it, brother. There's nothing wrong with it.
Without a doubt, 55, no job, and I'm still. If you 55, I'll take you to the cup. You 35, I'll still take you to the cup.
Hey, talk it.
Without a doubt. And so we got a young man in here. I think I played ball against him or a ref or something. He looks very familiar. And he's organizing an event that's going to give young athletes an opportunity to take their skills to another level, their God-given talents to another level. And sometimes that road has to be created. If the road is not there, it has to be created. And so, you know, I love brothers and sisters that create roads that wasn't there before. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. They have vision, creativity, of course. And so when you find someone like that, you have to, like the church did back in the 1960s, when they supported all the civil rights leaders, they got behind them like a community should get behind their brothers and sisters and support them. So that's what we do here at The Boss. We do it on purpose. Oh, yeah, we brag off our neighbors, without a doubt. And so you know how these stars are, Omaha. You know how these stars are. He had his publicist for the last month. Said, man, you got to interview him. You got to interview him, my man, Brother Slim. He said, got to get him in, got to get him in, got to get in. So we made it happen. We made it happen. You know how these stars are. They got their own nouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates to introduce themselves. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to get right into the dialogue because when you around greatness, oh, yeah, you got to let greatness speak. How you doing, big brother? How you doing? Let people know who you are.
I'm doing good. My name is Stephon Bradford, man. Stephon Bradford. I'm from Florida, small town out of Florida, close to Florida, outside of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, heck yeah. I like Florida. I'm trying to go to Florida. Allegiant got good flights going to Florida real cheap.
Hey, real cheap right now. That Corona price. And I went to UNL, University of Nebraska.
Okay.
Where I was Big 12, all honorable mention. And also I played 21 years off in over in Europe Pro.
Okay.
16 years in France.
Okay, basketball?
Basketball. Just like Brother William, you know what I'm saying, dropping his accolades and everything.
Drop him.
You know, me, six-time champion.
Okay.
You know, 4-time MVP.
Okay.
3-time All-Star.
Okay.
You know,
right.
Billboard off in Paris, France right now when you drive through that. Yeah, that's me. So,
okay.
You know, I just had to drop them.
Oh, yeah. So if I'm having to drive in France right now, I can't go. They got me trapped in the United States. I owe back child support to all the brothers. You owe back child support, you can't leave the United States. They got us in jail. First they stole us, and now they ain't gonna let us go because we owe child support. Boy, the black man. Now, no, we just kidding. Now, so if I'm driving in France, Paris, France,
yes,
all the way in Europe,
yes,
I can see the black. I can see you.
Yes.
So they
I got proof of that.
You got hey, you see you about it.
I got proof of that.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, hey, you better come in with the stats.
You already know it.
You better come in with the stats. I know people already told you when you come up those 20 stairs, you're on God level. Oh, you better get ready. You better get ready to compete. Now, you got a special event coming up next month, in the next couple of weeks, right?
Yes, I do.
About 3 weeks, right?
Yes, I do. Give
us a 411 on that event.
I was sent down like a few years ago, and I always said, you know, Omaha have a lot of talent, and Nebraska in general have a lot of talent. But you know, the showcase was created for don't make no mistake about it.
What kind of showcase you putting together?
A pro showcase, a professional showcase with seven high-end coaches from high-end teams that offering contracts to players of Omaha and also the surrounding cities as well too.
Okay.
You know, in states as well. But when I come up with this event, it was for Omaha. Omaha really inspired me to put on this event.
Okay.
Because in Omaha is so much talent in Omaha that get overlooked. But you have organizations in West Omaha and Iowa that feed off our black youth.
Right.
And don't give nothing back. You know, they'll have them in the gym. They'll have them running. They'll have them dunking and all of that. You know, let them use the gym for free, but they videotape them. They videotape them to market them to the West Omaha kids, the parents that got all the money. Oh, okay. If y'all can get the black kid to run and jump like that, and he's under y'all organization, then we're gonna sign our kid up like that. Like, keep it 100.
Yeah.
Sports. White kids look up to black athletes. This is just what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is just what it is. So the programs, the facilities is using our inner city kids as marketing tools, but yet they're not giving back nothing.
Right. So they're not reinvesting in the community.
Oh,
They're not supporting that young man or young woman
Yes.
that might need resources.
Yes. And so what I did, I created Lifeline Elite Sports, which Lifeline Elite Sports is marketed to all kids, no matter if you're white, Asian, whatever.
Okay.
But it's also a main platform for our inner city youth to get the proper training, to get the proper life skills, and also get the opportunity, like you say, pave that road.
Right.
A lot of people not paving that type of road because that type of road take connections, influence, and money.
Right.
So I use my connections, I use my influence to pave that road,
right,
to bring that opportunity to the inner city.
And left money out because when I started my basketball camps, it didn't take money. It took money afterwards. It took my influence
to make it get it started.
Yep. Because when you guys started, people already knew what you already done in the past. They already know your stats, so they already believed in you.
Mm-hmm.
So the money's gonna come automatically.
Yep.
So for those individuals out there that got stats, that have done something, I don't care if it's in academia or sports. I mean, people know you. They know your reputation, so they will support you. We need more athletes or former teachers to step out there and be bold, because they do got a good reputation.
But you know, the thing is though, is stepping out there is one thing, you know, but let's call it how it is, right? How it really is.
Mm-hmm.
We can all sit and say, you know, black people, we got each other, but that's not the fact. That's not the nature of some. It's a lot of jealousy. It's a man, you'll be amazed. It's a lot of jealousy.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes us as people, we stand in our own way, you know, but you know what? Our people will go up west and support those other facilities that doing something that's not giving back because it look good.
Right.
Versus supporting someone that actually going to give back to the community, that have been giving back to the community. And that's the thing that I have been running into. And then you meet good brothers like you, like Reginald, you know what I'm saying, that see the vision and like, look, brother, we're not in competition. We're trying to get this together. We're trying to do this together for our youth.
Right.
But you will be amazed how our very own people have been brainwashed to fight amongst each other.
Oh yeah.
You know, to push each other aside and stuff like that instead of backing each other up.
Yep. Without
you
doubt.
know, like it's a lot of black brothers and sisters know that this event is going on. How many of you think they shared that?
Right.
And I always tell people the reason why you can't be mad at white people at this day and age.
Right.
Because they creating legacy for their generation. And now us as black people, we in position now to actually create legacy for our generation.
Right.
So I told the youth, I told the youngins, like, look, it's just $100 called Reebok starting to power me now. Reebok picked up the company.
Okay.
Reebok said, we're gonna pay half of the cost of the camp, just to show our appreciation to the player. We all know it's marketing, we all know that.
Right.
But they paid it.
Okay.
So the players got to pay $100. That's it.
$100 investment.
Just $100 to invest in your future. And so I tell all the inner city kids, look, I don't care who you are. If your hoop dreams have died, pick it back up. It's $100 for you to say, you know what? I had a dream of playing professional ball. I really played in front of 7 elite coaches. To further your dreams, or just to say I did it. Right. Because one thing about our people, we live in regret too much, and we shouldn't have to.
Well, you know, I come from that, you know, the Gene Epley Boys Club, all boys. We didn't come from that woulda, coulda, shoulda era. We got it done.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
We got it done.
Big facts.
Got it done. Get it done.
Get it
you know
done.
What I mean, period. It just, bro. Like I said, jealousy and all that stuff. But you know what you should do, young brother, because you like a young brother. One of the things that one of my theme songs, one of my favorite songs is T.I. Motivation.
Motivation.
Mine too. So when you get a hater, motivation, use that energy to propel your success.
Oh, for sure.
So for those that that are hearing us and you're young, or even if you're mature, it's obstacles are natural. The wind, gravity, they're natural. Obstacles are natural. So don't get mad when human put up an obstacle.
Facts. Big facts.
Because obstacles is natural. And so humans are going to do it.
Big facts.
You can't get mad. You have to prepare for it. And I always want, getting more mature now. I'm running for mayor. And
That's
so we got to look at things intelligently, use our intelligent wealth to solve simple problems. It's very simple. We already know that people are going to lie, cheat, steal. They're going to do that.
Facts.
So what you do is prepare for that every day. Like my mama taught me, if you go out and do wrong, wrong's going to come back to you for real. Life is hard when you go out and make it that way. It's very simple, common sense stuff. Always continue to knock on doors, because you're going to get a no obstacle, but you keep knocking on doors, you'll get a yes.
But you know what though? To be honest about it, let's keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
A black man presenting an opportunity versus a white man presenting an opportunity, we have to work even extra hard
Agree.
to convince our people that the opportunity is real.
Right.
Why a white man can come along and present the same opportunity that don't have the same accolades behind it, and our people will jump on board every single time.
Right. So you know why? Because we're still slaves.
Mentally.
Right.
Mentally. And if you're a white person, you listening to Brother William King, this ain't no hate speech. We really just talking about the dynamics of what we going against each and every day. This is what it is.
Reality.
Our some of our people are still house Negroes.
Right.
It's just simple as that. They still house Negro. What's white is right.
Right.
So when you present the opportunity, they skeptical of it. The black man cheats, the black man lie, the black man steals, the black man in it for themselves. We've been told that. And now when black men like ourselves, we coming up now, and we like, look, hey, we love all people, but we have to really focus on our community as well and bring our community up to the speed of the world as well, for we can be ahead too. Right. And now we giving that pipeline to bring our people up to our level and to society level in general. And now our people looking at the pipeline like, hey, got to be something wrong with this pipeline. And I'm like, what? Do you see my body of work?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I always tell young fella, I don't need your money. A youth camp, I don't have to put that much money off in the youth camp. Like you say, you get sponsors, you get all of that.
Right.
A pro camp, I got to invest money in that.
Yeah, it's pro. It's pro. I mean, it's business.
It's business.
So like I said, the mentality. So it's a lot of times it's education too.
Education.
It's ignorance because people are so used to being complacent or in a position of waiting on a welfare check.
Facts.
That their life is like that. They're waiting on the mailman. They're waiting on the milkman. And mailman don't come with money no more. They come with just bills and junk mail. Man. If you don't got direct deposit. And so we are waiting. And like I said, we think that because someone else look a little different, that their skills or their product or service is better.
But it's crazy how we look different to each other. That's the
What's the solution? What's the solution? Because we actually gonna this interracial problems as well as intra racial between black and white, but also we got problems between black and white. I know white people got haters too.
Oh yeah, for sure. White people got haters too. Don't get it twisted. Right. White people got haters, but one thing white people do,
what?
Even if they don't like each other, they work together.
Yeah, without doubt, for the money.
Mexicans, Asians, even though they don't like each other, they work together.
Yep, for the common goal of that money.
For the common goal. But one thing about us as black people, not all black people, but I always tell black people when black people get mad, well, you can't say that about black people. Yes, the fuck I can, excuse my language.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Mhm.
Because I'm like this. As long as we have a group of brothers and a group of sisters still struggling and still under that slave mentality, then it's no way we can win as a people, as a whole. And when I mean win, that means be successful and build a foundation and build and throw down legacy to our youngins.
Mhm.
It's no way. You can keep saying that black people are special,
Mhm.
but if you keep thinking about yourself, then what make us as a whole special? You keep thinking about yourself.
Right.
So if you're thinking about yourself, what make you any better than this racist system?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we have a lot of black women, a lot of black men that be successful and they never give back to the community at all.
I know. I spank them all the time. If you retire, if you don't give back, die. You know what I mean? Don't get mad at me. You're not getting the X. You're not getting the X.
Yeah.
So, brother, let people know how they can participate in the event, because I mean, your event is for a particular individual. It's not for everyone.
No,
because everybody's not gonna go pro. I mean, is this for male or female also?
No, this for male. I'm a host a female in the future.
Okay,
but this one right here for if you want to be a part of the pro showcase, please contact me at lifelineelitesports.com, or you can contact me at lifelineelite7@gmail, or Facebook at Lifeline Elite Sports. And you have to be 18 to 32 because the coaches, they say they want veterans as well too. They want to mix the veterans in with the young players.
Okay.
So you got to be 18 to 32.
Okay.
That's it. 18 to 32. And the thing about this, even if you are going to college, you still can be a part of it and you still will be eligible. Me, my agents, and my lawyers made sure that that's the reason why we didn't invite no agents to the showcase. So if it's no contracts that being signed and there's no agents that's present, then 18 that's going to college can be right there,
participate
in the showcase.
Okay.
But the thing about it is that when you come, your stats is on Eurobasket now. For all of the pro scouts and all of the pro coaches can actually find you, can actually see you when you actually go to college.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
it's an opportunity to be on the radar.
It's an opportunity also to be on the radar.
Right. Okay.
So now when your kid fall under the radar because he's going to a small school, or the coach put him at the end of the bench,
mm-hmm.
now the showcase already have his stats that indicate what he can actually do.
Right.
And it will stay in that system forever.
Okay.
Forever.
Okay. And
this is the thing about it, you know. And they're going to be shooting contests, slam dunk contests, a lot of 5-on-5, of course.
Okay.
All-star game.
Okay.
The NBA Labarta Trophy, they're going to be giving out is 60 centimeters. Huge.
Right.
You know, to the MVP and the MVP of the All-Star game.
You said 60 centimeters, man. We're not in the metro system. We're not in France no more, baby.
Oh, that thing like this.
Okay,
bro.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
about 3 feet.
Yeah, that thing, hey, bro, that thing is huge.
He went metric. He went metric system on us, y'all. Oh man. Okay. All right, big brother.
Full uniforms, full showcase uniforms, and full all-star uniforms. So everything we doing over here at Lifeline is all professional.
Okay, great.
And we have a college showcase coming up and all the youth showcase.
How can people get in contact with you?
You can contact me at 402-598-6645, or you can contact me at lifelineelitesports.com.
I want to welcome you back the week of.
Okay.
And so because people can still register the day of, right? Or what's the last day of registration?
The 27th.
Okay, 27th.
Yep, 27th.
And your showcase. So what's the day? The day is. So come back again, and if you got a player, bring a player black with you, someone that has already registered. Okay,
no problem.
And we can get it from them and why they doing it.
No problem.
And so that might can actually help.
No problem.
Help someone else that might be thinking about it, and they might need to hear someone else's story.
No problem.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes hearing someone else's story, other than you,
Yeah.
can garner that
For
support.
sure, for sure.
And so I want to welcome you back in a week or so, on the 26th or the 25th, next Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
See if you can bring a player back.
Oh, no problem.
And
no
then
problem.
and we can do this again because I want to make sure that's successful. I ran a college basketball camp. I got plenty of kids and actually veterans in college because there's no age limit on playing college sports.
Yeah, that's true.
One became an All-American first team at Bellevue, and so we went through our camp. I think he got the scholarship at 25.
That's
And
good.
so we got a lot of young people in this region opportunities for scholarship because either they were cut, either they slipped through the cracks because of whatever,
Mhm.
or their game just mature later.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Late bloomers.
Yeah. And so we want to make sure that we create roads for our young people and elders. That's our responsibility, is to create roads so our young people can walk on those roads. We had a young man yesterday. He started a fitness, I Am University fitness academy where he's training the next physical trainers, a brother. I had two sisters here that's teaching medical, far as CNA, medical aid. So we got people, we have the intelligent wealth, and now you in another realm, create another role. And so it's up to us to create these roads so our young people can walk these roads.
Exactly.
And so brother, just remember and always use those so-called haters as motivators. I don't even call them haters. I call, man, you're a motivator. Okay. I call them motivators. I only use negative connotation because we gods. And so I immediately put it with love. Love, gobble it up. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can't hate on me because I'm using that as motivation. And then and the best revenge is success.
Man, you know the craziest thing about it is that it's more people coming from New York, LA, and Arizona and Chicago
They're here in Omaha?
than Omaha.
Yeah, it happened like that, man. We try to clean up on 24th Street. These Negroes are around here. Yep, y'all Negroes. We need help clean up 24th Street, but we had white folks that out 50 miles away and help clean up 24th Street.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I say you can't judge people by their color.
Nope,
Like my big cousin Martin Luther King Jr. I'm William King Jr. I always say that you judge people by their character, not by their skin. And so I don't judge people because black people will turn their back and white people will open the door, and vice versa.
Vice versa. It's vice versa. You judge a man by the character.
Period.
You judge a woman by the character.
Period. So give us the 411 on how they can get in contact with you and how they can participate in the showcase.
Again, you got to be 18 to 32 to be a part of the showcase.
Okay.
Because they want the scouts and the coaches and the GMs, they want to look at the youngs and they want to look at the veterans as well too. Now my company is powered by Reebok now. So now the cost is $100 thanks to Reebok.
Okay.
And you can contact me at 402-598-6645. And you can go to LifelineEliteSports.com or LifelineElite@gmail.com or Facebook at Lifeline Elite Sports. And you can get the registration form from either or.
Okay.
Or you can just call me for more information. And also too, I have the college showcase coming up to help your kids get into college. We're going to have at least 25 college coaches in the gym. We're going to have a huge showcase. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
It's going to be set up just like pros.
Okay.
And so the only thing I can tell people right now, come out. If you have a cousin, if you have an uncle that can hoop, that have hoop dreams, tell them about the showcase. In the future, if you have any sons or daughters trying to get to college, I have a showcase for that too. And even for your youth, even for training and mentoring, I give your kids the pro game. I always tell people, stop taking y'all kids to these so-called basketball trainers who ain't never played at an elite level or something.
Right.
It's just like telling a dog to teach your son how to be a lion. A dog don't know how to be a lion because he never been a lion before.
So you could teach the Euro step.
Everything.
Okay,
Everything.
Man, I wish I would know the Euro step when I was in college, boy. Because man, if I had that, boy, it added a different dimension because I was a triple jumper, so I was used to hopping off one leg and moving side to side. So that's a great skill to teach.
Oh yeah. But you know the crazy thing about it, when I was in France, I had a youngin that was 12 years old, and I trained him. Now he playing on the top team off in France, making $1 million. Youngin, about to come to the league right now. Trained him from 12 years old until I left France.
Okay.
One youngin I had from Portugal, trained him since he was 9. Now he playing on one of the top teams off in Spain.
Okay.
That's my resume.
Right.
When I'm training kids. But you know what? Never once someone came to from the community, the Black community, and said, Bradford, can you train me? Everyone that I train is all white.
Well, you know what?
That's crazy.
But bro, you know what? People, you gotta be more visible, brother. Because I seen you, and I didn't know you play professional basketball. And sometimes we're modest. So I'm pretty sure you're a modest brother.
Yeah.
So when you're modest, people don't know your stats.
But you know what?
But when I walk in the gym, I let them know I'm the greatest dunker. So I got my God-given talents because God said, but everybody not like that. But you need to be like that.
But you know what?
Because they're gonna be mad at you anyway. So they might as well be mad at you with the truth versus not knowing the truth of your true ability, intelligence as well as athletics. Because in order for you to put this together, bringing sponsors like Reebok, that's a major corporation, international corporation.
For sure.
This ain't no games.
For sure. I was on a 3-hour conference call with him.
Right. This ain't no games. So I know you ain't playing no games. You got Reebok, then I know you about it.
Oh yeah.
And Reeboks don't mess with no one unless it's business.
Facts. There you go. Facts.
So however, we gotta catch our people up to speed.
But he gotta want to be up to speed.
Yes. For those that are up to speed, make sure you get in contact with my brother Stefan Bradford. Brother, it's called Lifeline. What's your website again?
Lifeline Elite Sports.com.
Okay.
Yeah, Lifeline Elite Sports.com.
Elite. Okay, ELITE. Okay, make sure I got it right.
Sports.
Lifeline Elite Sports.
Yep. .com.
With an S or
yep, with an S.
S. Lifeline Elite Sports.com. I'm going to put the www.
Mm-hmm.
Post that. And then make sure I get your number again. What's your number, big brother?
402-598-6645.
6645.
Yep, 6645.
Okay. And the name of your event once again? Pro Camp, Basketball Pro Camp?
Yep, Lifeline Elite presents Nebraska International Pro Showcase.
Basketball.
Yep, Nebraska International Pro Showcase. If you have dreams about being a pro, this is your opportunity. Because one thing I can promise you, the opportunity will not be here again. It will be here for the women. It won't be here for the men again.
International, okay. Let me copy that. Copy that.
Standing up, y'all have more out-of-state players coming here to represent your state in your city, Omaha, than Nebraskans in Omaha.
Now,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know if it was in Florida, Floridians have been lined up behind the doors.
Right. Now, have you been getting support from some of these?
No, you know, I get a lot of love, a lot of support.
You see, one thing about trainers these days is competition because they know what I offer. So what they try to do, they try to protect they try to protect their business.
Right.
You know, and the thing is though, if you know that a kid can get more out of me, why not send a kid my way? And I like that. You know, it's definitely not like that. So
Okay.
it's
Well, you know, I'm going on a trip, and they actually where I'm going is I got a business trip. They actually train athletes where I'm going. They actually have a semi-pro team.
Gotcha.
Where I'm going, and so they got a gym, and they got the trainers, and they have other trainers come in and using the facility also. It's kind of like in a little warehouse, but they got basketball courts in there, and they got
the best ones.
And they got the weights and stuff. They got the balancing. They got all the stuff that we wasn't even. And they got the shooting thing, and that should bring the ball back to you. I mean, all of
the gun.
All the stuff. Is that your vision? Is that what you building to have a facility like that?
I already got investors on that. We already gonna make that happen.
Okay.
Right now, we just putting down this groundwork to give people opportunities.
But that's the future. That's the future.
Yeah.
That's what you build it
towards the
okay.
facility. That's already vision. That's already in the work.
And that's necessary because I know that they're doing it in the big city, like Vegas. They're doing it in the big cities. They're doing it.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And we need that here because Creighton University is recruiting our kids.
Oh yeah. Because Creighton not stupid.
Right.
Creighton know that the talent lies in the city. They know that.
Right.
You know?
I don't know what's up with Nebraska.
Nebraska, I don't know what
they won nothing since they stopped recruiting in the metro for football and basketball.
I was one of Nebraska top recruits and one of their best players to come through there. And I don't have nothing to do with Nebraska at all.
Man.
And that's I just did an interview with Omaha Royal Herald.
Uh-huh.
They called me and they asked me, and even the reporter that been around a long time, he was like, that's sad. You know, for an elite athlete like you to come through Nebraska, you don't have no ties. And he was like, he talked to someone that played in the league from Nebraska, and they say the same thing. Talked to Teron Lou, he said the same thing. Football will always stay connected because of the coaches, because of it's a different culture.
Right.
Basketball and football is a different culture, even though we're under the same umbrella, the same family. It's just a different culture. Well, basketball, it's not like that at University of Nebraska, and that's the reason why they will always fail.
Right.
You know, because now I used to always tell people like they can easily ask me, okay, how can we get this European kid? Because I have a number of influence and connections in Europe.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Or you can use me as a marketing tool.
Right, without doubt.
Because it's a lot of kids not going to go to the NBA.
Yeah, but they still get the education.
They still can get the education, and they can have an opportunity to make a great living over in Europe.
Right.
So now when you have someone who's connected over Europe, who put in work over Europe, that can speak to coaches and they know you, they're familiar with you, they're going to take your word.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how alliances, that's how pipelines be built.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why Nebraska will never be successful in basketball, because ever since they got rid of Coach Nee, they never had that pipeline no more.
Yep, without doubt. And so that's the way it is. Shouts out to Creighton University for getting our kids here in the inner city. The last two, they playing pro. You know what I mean? They came through here. So the stats are here.
Yeah,
we about it over here. And like I said, man, I'm working back next week.
Appreciate you.
Bring a player in, and then we'll do this all over again.
No problem.
Next time, bring a basketball. Maybe I'll take y'all to a hole or something. I don't know. We'll go to the court. I don't know. You know how I do it, Omaha. You know how I do it. Omaha, the Burbs, the Bluffs. We are talking to my man Stefan Bradford. He is bringing International Basketball Pro Showcase. And if you want to take your game to the next level, if you so-called retired, it's time to get unretired. Get those shoes ready. Are the coaches going to be here virtually, or are they going to be here physically?
They physically. I have paid for the tickets and everything.
7 coaches going to be here.
Yeah.
I ran with college basketball recruiting camps. This is a pro camp, so they're going to be in there recruiting. They're not flying all this way not to pick up players. Are y'all crazy? They're not flying all this way not to pick up players.
Right.
So bring your game, bring your game. So that's why we're bringing him back, because I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna come with fake ID. Yeah. You know. I'm gonna get fake ID to get in. I'm coming back, y'all. I'm coming out of retirement. I'm calling all my homeboys. We're coming with the fake ID. And what they gonna do? How they gonna check our ID?
Hey, bro, I got a question for you before you log off.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think our people are afraid of opportunity?
Well, it happens everywhere. It's fear. It's fear they want us to see, but there's still the overall fear of failure. And some people don't want to take that step. They don't want to take that chance. And that's why you got crunch time players at the free throw line.
Yeah. That's true.
And I said, damn, when Larry Bird go up there, I was like, doggone it. I said, damn, he can't miss. He can't. Every once in a while, he miss.
Mm-hmm.
But you got some players just crunch time.
Yeah.
That's waiting for the moment. And some players
afraid of it.
Mm-hmm. It's just they're not prepared. So you just got to find those diamonds in the rough. CJ Carter, he just posted from Benson. He's playing over in Europe right now.
He's nice.
Yeah,
I like CJ.
Yeah. So we got talent here, brother.
Yep.
And I'm glad you're doing it. You are necessary. I do want to welcome you back. Bring a player. Make sure you guys get in contact with brother Stefan Bradford. He's bringing a pro showcase. If you know someone that had the skill that might not had that chance, this is that chance.
Thanks.
You cannot pass up opportunities. And sometimes you got to invest in self. You have to invest in self. Nobody loves you more than you.
Thanks.
Invest in yourself. Don't get no cigarette. Don't get no marijuana. Don't get no spirits.
Well, no one shouldn't love you more than you.
Yeah. Don't go out eat no food for a week. You got your money. You know how we spend stuff on frivolous stuff? You got your money. So let's get it done, y'all. We challenging y'all. I'm out of here. 9:20. The day is Black Friday. Be intentional on doing business with a Black business. It's a way not only to create commerce, but it's a great way to build relationships. All right? Omaha, Nebraska. We out of here. Boss with me. All right, big bro.
It's just a public service announcement.
Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus?
Coronavirus!
Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Here's what I want y'all to do for me. Yo, check this out, man.
Don't panic. If you're sick, stay home.
Stay away from me. It's contagious.
Stay at least 6 feet away from others.
The most dangerous disease.
Coronavirus!
Wash your hands frequently and practice good hygiene.
Trying to show these people what time it is, boy.
We can stop the spread of the virus.
Coronavirus!
Cover your mouth. Say it. You're contagious.
So stay home. Stop the spread. Save lives. Most importantly, let's check on our elderly.
Word up. You ain't going out like that.
We're here to keep you informed.
Coronavirus! Just get it real! Don't believe the hype.
In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
Don't believe the hype.
Are you a business person fed up with working for someone else? Are you in sales and tired of traveling for and selling for a company you don't own? You could partner with iTex, the country's largest retail trade exchange. iTex helps individuals and businesses increase sales, move idle inventory, open new markets, and build cash profit. Now is a great time to partner with us in this fast-growing business. Visit omaha.itex.com. Become an iTex partner. Visit omaha.itex.com.
It's just a public service announcement.
Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus?
Coronavirus!
Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Here's what I want y'all to do for me. Yo, check this out, man.
Don't panic. If you're sick, stay home.
Stay away from me. It's contagious.
Stay at least 6 feet away from others.
The most dangerous disease.
Coronavirus!
Wash your hands frequently and practice good hygiene.
Trying to show these people what time it is, boy.
We can stop the spread of the virus.
Coronavirus!
Cover your mouth. Say it. You're contagious.
So stay home, stop the spread, save lives. Most importantly, let's check on our elderly.
Word up, you ain't going out like that.
We're here to keep you informed.
Coronavirus! Just get it real!
Don't believe the hype.
In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
Don't believe the hype.
Are you a business person fed up with working for someone else? Are you in sales and tired of traveling for and selling for a company you don't own? You could partner with iTex, the country's largest retail trade exchange. iTex helps individuals and businesses increase sales, move idle inventory, open new markets, and build cash profit. Now is a great time to partner with us in this fast-growing business. Visit omaha.itex.com. Become an iTex partner. Visit omaha.itex.com.
I will give you the world. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. I will give you the world, girl. You just gotta be worthy. You don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. But you don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. No. Everybody doubted me, but girl, you stuck around. And you told me if I hold you, you gon' hold me down. You don't gotta be perfect, you just gotta be worthy. By this and that, baby girl, you will never have to work again. Time is precious, baby girl, let's not let it go by. I just really wanna know, do you love me? Don't lie. I know you feel alone, cause I've been on the road, but I've been doing shows. I swear I ain't doing you wrong. I'm around through the city, yeah. Girl, you know you coming with me, yeah. I've been 100 out of 50, girl. Ain't nobody messing with me, yeah. I don't really think they understand. Baby girl, I know you understand. I'm just trying to go feed my fam. Hey, no. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. You don't gotta be perfect. You don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. But you don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. No. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. You don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. But you don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. No.
Freedomtainment presents the Omaha Freedom Festival, Saturday, June 19th. The festival will run from noon to midnight after the Omaha NAA. Freedomtainment is a local nonprofit educating the Omaha, Nebraska community about North Omaha culture. For more information, go to omahafreedomfestival.com.
Go wash your hands, get the sanitizer. Go wash your hands, get the sanitizer. Go wash your hands, get the sanitizer. Go wash your hands, Where your mask at? Put your mask on. If it's too lit, I just stay at home. Catching COVID-19, you be dead wrong. Keep it 6 feet, you be dead gone. I can't move without that mask, it's the same song. Every store I go into, gotta have it on. Yeah, the store empty, but the line long. Trying to use the soap, but it's all phone. It's a deadly virus, better pay attention.
People out here dying, y'all better listen. Upper respiratory problems, even chest pain. It don't discriminate. This is not a race thing.
Creighton University Center for Promoting Health and Health Equity, COVID-19 Project, North Omaha COVID-19 Community Task Force, and Healthy Village Collaborative. For more information, please go to empoweromaha.com/HVC.
Have you been discriminated against